College was worth it for me, but not for the reason most people think. And honestly, I didn't realize that until I almost burned out. I can tell you, it wasn't the lectures, it wasn't the degree, and it wasn't because I was feeling ready. It was worth it because of the pressure, the deadlines, and the moments that I couldn't avoid work anymore. College didn't give me something I couldn't build on my own, it just removed the options not to. And if I'm being real, I can't guarantee I would have done that on my own. I originally went to college basically because it was expected, but also because I wanted to do something new. I was ready to start over and I wanted a challenge. So I chose animation, and funny enough, I really hadn't drawn before. It felt like everyone around me in animation had been drawing since birth, and I basically had a little bit of experience in film. So I went to college at MTSU, which you can see I'm repping right now. Come on, you can see that. I'm repping the big MT. So I walked into that program. I was very excited, but also kind of felt like I walked into a space that I didn't belong. Sophomore year was definitely the hardest year for me. I was going through a lot outside of school, and for some reason, I don't know why, but I thought it was a great idea to take the most classes possible. I basically just didn't know my limits at the time, and I took a lot of classes. I probably thought growth just meant like taking on more, I don't know, young college kid. But I overloaded myself, and that year exposed a lot. It exposed that I procrastinated when I felt overwhelmed. It exposed that I wasn't as disciplined in my work as I thought I was. And it exposed that I lacked confidence in my own abilities in my work. Being around ambitious people raised the standards for sure. And I just want to give a quick shout out to my animation students. Come on, my brethren and sisters, my sisters and brethren, y'all did a great job. Y'all are the truth, all right? Y'all are the future. Creative geniuses. Big shout out to the animation crew at MTSU, the teachers, the students, everyone who decides to take on that course and finish it out. Because it's hard, and there's a lot of people who weren't able to finish it. So, shout out to y'all. Anyways, it raised the standards for sure, but it also showed when you were behind, and I felt behind a lot. So right before something we call candidacy, which is basically like a checkpoint to see if you're going to be able to stay in the animation major or not, I was taking the hardest class I had taken yet. That was texture rendering and lighting. We were learning some complex techniques, doing big projects, and the pressure was high. Whole time I'm thinking, they're gonna realize I don't belong here for real. Well, it was fun while it lasted. But the pressure did something important. It didn't make me quit, it made me focus. For the first time, I wasn't just hoping I'd get better, I had to get better. That's why college was worth it to me. It forced accountability. Deadlines didn't care how I felt, projects didn't disappear because I was overwhelmed. I had to organize my time, I had to show up, and I had to improve. Could I have learned animation online? Probably. But would I have pushed myself that hard alone in my room? Probably not. I wouldn't know. But I will say, college didn't just teach me animation, it taught me how to commit. I procrastinated early on, I turned things in late, I messed up on some big projects, but those failures didn't ruin my life, they corrected me. I learned that mistakes aren't proof that you're not meant for something, they're proof that you're in the process. And that really helped me change my perspective on challenges. And there's the biggest reason, maybe the obvious reason, but this is the biggest reason. The people. The people. I met my best friend in college. Shout out my guy too, you know who you are. We had different majors, but we went through it together and we held each other accountable. And we grew at the same time. Being around people who wanted to become better, the environment is powerful. It really is. If you're like sitting here watching this from home, you're still in your hometown, no shots against you. That's perfectly fine if you want to do. But moving out of that hometown, being away from everything you know, it's an experience. It's an experience. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm just saying proximity changes the standard, and when everyone around you is building something, improving something, chasing something, it moves you forward. The network is something I'll carry long after this degree, and that alone made it worth it to me. Okay, I said a lot. Now, here's the part that I think is most important. You don't need college to do any of this. You can create accountability, you can find a community, you can access resources, you can build a network. But you have to choose it. College just forced me into that mindset and removed the option to avoid growth. And after graduation, I felt more confident than I ever had before. Not because I mastered animation, but because I learned what it takes to become something. College wasn't worth it for the information. It was worth it for the friction. And that friction shaped who I am today. Your boy Jasper in the flesh. In the flesh. In the flesh. My bad. Alright, let me log in. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video or found this video helpful in any way, do me a great favor, like, comment, and subscribe. It goes a long way. I'm gonna hit 100 subscribers. You may be the 100th, and it goes a very long way, believe it or not. So go ahead and hit that button. And if you want to just grow in your discipline or your journey in becoming who you're meant to be, and want to follow mine as well, come on in, subscribe. Peace.